Williams, and this is Clarence Hill. We're beat writers for the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. We just watched the Cowboys lose 28-17 to the San Francisco 49ers in their opener. Might be the most lopsided 28-17 score we've ever seen, Clarence. But we got to start with Tony Romo. Obviously, something just was not right with him today, whether it was decision-making, whether it was the back, whether it was the 7 practices he sat out, the 48 snaps is all he had in the preseason, whatever, a combination of those things. He did not look right to me today with just some horrible passes and some horrible decisions.
Well, the passing, he was off, he was rusty, poor decision-making. Certainly, this was his first game since December back surgery. They kept him bubble wrapped for most of training camp, much of the preseason. He didn't practice much. He didn't see a lot of defenses, and certainly I think, you know, you get lulled in a fool's goal in training camp because you're going against the Cowboys defense, which is the worst defense in the league. But certainly, he admitted he made bad decisions with the ball. The interceptions were unforgivable, you know, because, you know, it wasn't like the guys made great plays. There were bad decisions on his part. Certainly, he checked out of runs and the passes, things that you didn't expect. You know, the funny thing is Romo told us before the season that he was going to be a better version of himself. He was not a better version of himself today.
You know, anytime your team plays against a good football team, you got to manage the mistakes. And I didn't do a good enough job of that in this game. I think our team played well enough to have a chance to win, and I just have to play at a higher level. And you know, I'll do that going forward. I just didn't perform up to my standard tonight. That's disappointing.
No question about that. And that leads me to, they essentially gave up 14 points. The DeMarco Murray fumble early resulted in 7 points for the 49ers right off the bat. And then we have the interception that was returned way down here, I think the 4-yard line. And you can't put those points on the defense. To me, this defense gave up 14 points. If you had told me before the game, hey, this defense is going to give up 14 points, I said, Cowboys are going to win this game. I thought the defense did mostly what it had to do to keep this team in the game. To me, it was the offense that failed this team. What were your impressions of the defense first time out?
No doubt. They were better, and so they got better as the game went on, but things mushroomed on them early with the early turnovers in the bad field position. Certainly because of those turnovers, you liked some of the things that they did, especially with Rolando McClain playing middle linebacker. He looks like he's going to be a fine there. The big plays that they did give up, that was all Colin Kaepernick. The first touchdown drive was sparked by him making a miraculous play. I mean, he looked like he was going to get sacked by Mincy. He was tripped. He got his balance, and J.J. Wilcox came up to try to defend him, and he left tight end Vernon Davis wide open for a 29-yard game, and then he did the same thing on the goal line. So certainly there were some playground plays that they made, but for the most part, the defense was a little better than what it was. They got no help from offense, and that's a surprise because he thought the offense was going to be the strength of this team, and if the Cowboys were going to win game, it was because of the strength of the offense, and they were going to hold up for what would be a porous defense. This game, the offense let the defense down. You know, Sheree, coming into the season, we thought the offense was going to be built by the running game and behind big plays from Dez Bryant. We saw the running game. They didn't run it when we thought they should have, certainly on the goal line, but DeMarco Murray had a big game. But we did not see the big game from Dez Bryant, and that's surprising because the 49ers had 2 suspects cornerbacks coming into the game. They lost both starting cornerbacks during the game, but yet the Cowboys were unable to get Dez off. Romo had 2 interceptions, forcing the ball to Dez Bryant in the coverage. He got injured twice, left the game twice for injuries. One time this is hard hit the back on the first interception. Another time he had cramps, dehydration in the second half, and he was replaced, but he was able to return. But again, if this team is going to be good, you're going to need big plays and good days from Dez Bryant, and we didn't get that today.
Yeah, we talked to Jason Witten after the game, and that was a question that was posed to Jason. How disappointing is it that your 2 biggest weapons, or 2 of your biggest weapons on offense, Dez Bryant and Jason Witten, I think they combined for like 5 catches, something like that, but they were not an integral part of this game, and both of those guys have to be a bigger part of this offense if this offense is going to be as good as they think it will be.
A lot of things that we can clean up, a lot of things we're going to clean up, and you know, we know that we're a great football team and we're confident.
With you personally, how were they able to slow you down today?
They doubled. They did that. We went in the game. We was expecting that. You know, we're just gonna, go back to the, drawing board and see what we can do different.
Did Tony look like the same guy to you out there today as he was in the past?
Oh yeah, yeah, of course. Like I said, I felt like It was some things that, you know, we all wish we could get back. You know, as y'all see, as the game progressed, we got better. And a lot of things happened that we couldn't get back. So I know that we're going to go in on Tuesday and we're going to correct those things.
They will have some reinforcements coming, which they have to hope helps. Henry Melton, who didn't play a whole lot of snaps tonight, is going to get healthier and healthier as the season goes on. They hope to get Anthony Spencer back in the next couple of weeks. Of course, Orlando Scandard could return as soon as this week if they could get the drug policy worked out. So they have some things that could happen to make this defense maybe a little bit better than what it is now, but I thought they were a surprise in this game. And of course, Clarence, the Jason Garrett watch has begun. I mean, they're 0-1 and got outclassed at home, and here we sit again. You know, he's in a lame duck in this season. What does he have to do now to go save the show?
Well, he has to win. You know, the bottom line, Jerry Jones said this would not be an Armageddon year for Jason Garrett, but you see too many outings like you saw today, and Jason may not make it through the year. And believe me, this schedule, it seems like it's going to get easier, but it's not. They go next week to the Tennessee Titans, who surprisingly throttle Kansas City in Kansas City. That's not going to be an easy game for this team at Tennessee. They can't start 0-2. They have to win and try to bounce back from this performance. Because again, next season certainly is not promised for Jason. The rest of this season might not be promised if we see more outings like we saw today.
And you know what? They have coaches on the staff who've been head coaches before who make perfect interim coaches, so they've got to go win here in a hurry. We'll be back with you hopefully after every home game and on the road too, and maybe we'll bring you Cowboys fans some better news. For Clarence Hill, I'm Shireen Williams. Join us for more at StarTelegram.com.